Welcome to Team Rocket Garage. I've got one heck of a video for you today. This is my 2011 Lincoln Towncar. Now, if you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and comment below what kind of car you've got. I'm not going to waste much of your time. Let's take a look at that Lincoln Towncar. Hit the subscribe button! Now, this is, again, a 2011, which makes it the last of the Panthers. There was a couple 2012 Crown Vics, but the 2011 is the last Lincoln Towncar, and for the most part, Grand Marquis and Crown Vic, aside from a handful of 2012s. Now, this car is black with black leather interior. We have 20-inch wheels on it, and I had to do this, so I did the best I could with, like, stylistically, but I had to do larger wheels and tires just because the car makes enough power to where it needs help being managed. So yeah, it's supercharged. We've got ADTR sway bars on the rear and the front, and factory air suspension in the rear as well. It is quite a car. Now, one thing that makes this car special, aside from being supercharged, is that it's got an extended rear seat. This is the Executive L model, and that means that this rear door, you'll notice, is a little bit bigger than on some of the other cars here. So that's just because there's 6 inches more of leg room back here. So if you look back here, there's actually an immense amount of leg room. And if we flip this down, you can see there's some controls right there for temperature, volume, stereo control, and you can also move that front passenger seat up, which is really, really cool. But I'm sure that's not why you guys are here. I can show you the Supercharger setup. Now, the Supercharger is a Supercharger kit from ADTR.net. They make all of the performance parts for the Panther cars, and this is no exception. The reason I can use a Crown Victoria Supercharger kit on here is because this shares the same engine, transmission, and engine, transmission, and frame, axle, everything with the Crown Vic. So even these seats, steering wheel, dashboard, they all bolt into a Crown Vic body, even though this body is actually technically a little bit different. The roof line and all that is a little bit different, but the extent of modifications here is a silent 340 pump in the tank, factory wiring, no booster pump involved. We have an SCT, mass airflow sensor, built into the charge pipe here. We have an intercooler. This intercooler is made by ADTR to fit this car specifically, so it is a bolt-in. As with anything, does require a little bit of refinement. We've got a Supercharger here, Vortec V3, and this one uses a Mustang 4.6 bracket, but the Mustang 4.6 bracket had to be modified just a little bit. Let's see if I can see that down there. Well, I'll have to put a picture there because it's kind of hard to... It had to be kind of modified to work with this engine because the timing cover is different for the Panther 4.6, but regardless, it's a cool thing. So this car has Deechworks 30-pound injectors. If I were to do this again, I would go for Ford Racing 47-pounders. They're capable of maxing out the horsepower for the engine, and the kit didn't come with 47-pounders. It came with 30-pounders. And obviously we want more horsepower, so this car is not at the maximum rating 450 rear wheel horsepower that these are capable of. Makes around 335 now, but from the factory these put down in the realm of 180, so not the craziest thing in the world, but we're just working with what we can. Now other things about the supercharging this thing was that there's an air pump over here, right in there. That's the air pump right there, that cylinder, and that air pump is for the rear suspension. Because Crown Vics don't have this specific item, they relocate the windshield washer fluid bottle over there. On Crown Vics it's over here, and so because of that I had to delete the windshield wiper bottle and use this that ADTR provided, and I don't love the fit and finish of this, so I'm planning on making an expansion tank combined with a an expansion tank slash windshield washer fluid reservoir here. I've got all my stuff over there for that someday, but kind of a project and not necessarily something that I need for the moment. So yeah, when I put this on, I skipped modifying this bracket right here, and I'm just now noticing that you can see the hood. Let's see, there we go. There's some damage to the hood pad right there, and well, I don't like that. But the previous belt, it just ate itself alive because of the supercharger being pushed out just a little bit, so it's twisted. Yeah, so we've got the Vortec V3 intake pipe ADTR's box right here. The gold here is because this intake temperature actually gets really hot, so I did what I could. This is directly over the exhaust right here. You can see the exhaust down there next to the dipstick, and well, it does get a little bit warm, those intake temperatures, so I did this as kind of a band-aid for that. Not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. Now, the car is stock as far as exhaust and everything else goes. I had the transmission J-modded. It doesn't do a whole lot on these later cars. These are a 4R75E, and they already have modified shift stuff, so not the craziest thing in the world, but yeah, totally stock down to the exhaust and everything else. So it literally is just kind of your basic standard car. Nothing crazy. No nothing crazy in the trunk there. No like surge or chiller tanks or anything like that. Totally stock, other than supercharger and some handling stuff. So I will give you a little bit of a rev here, and we'll see kind of how she looks and sounds. Let me get the focus right for you here. All right, and then I'll go ahead and give you kind of a front look here as well. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel. It would really help a lot. I want to be that person in Utah that makes this kind of content for you. So thanks again for watching all the way to the end. This has been Zach at Teamrocketgarage with my 2011 Lincoln Towncar Supercharged.